A top-secret recording from United 93's cockpit reveals what happens in its final moments. Few people have ever heard the tape.
You could hear the sound of the wind passing over the wings. So there was a lot of background noise, but even so, it was fascinating.
You could hear the scuffling. You could hear people moving quickly. The sense was that there were several people working together. You could hear a hijacker being hit with some type of object, and you could hear the pain that he felt when he was hit. And it was a cry and a wail as if he had been fatally struck.
All of a sudden, Saeed, one of the hijackers in the front, yells, "Fight!" And his buddy said, "Yeah."
They were realizing that the passengers and crew members were coming to get them.
We started to see change in the aircraft's flight. The airplane started making some pretty extreme maneuvers. Turned to the north, it turned to the south. It did like a 270-degree turn. I didn't know what was going on there.
Cleveland enlists the help of a nearby light aircraft.
We're 56865, close there. We have Boeing 757. Can you see him up there, sir?
We've got him.
What altitude does it appear to be he's at?
He's probably 8,000 feet. He's behind us and only about 1,000 feet above us.
I advise you stay away from that aircraft. Go north as fast as you can.
In the opening moments of the passenger fightback, the terrorists lose altitude and veer away from their target of Washington, D.C.
And then they ran up the length of a 757 with all their improvised weapons, and you could hear them coming, and we could hear it in the recording. It became louder and louder, people yelling, and I'm thinking maybe they should have just done it quietly.
There was smashing and just sounded like things were being banged around and commotion.
And then we all heard Tom's voice. All of us just jolted. He was trying to get home to us. You could hear him yelling in the cockpit, the cockpit.
They were chanting. Tom Burnett started at, "In the cockpit," and they're going, "In the cockpit, in the cockpit." They rattled the heck out of those guys in the front. They were terrified.
If you can, report what he's doing, sir.
It looks like he's rocking his wings, going by observer.
Brother.
He's rocking back and forth.
By shaking the aircraft back and forth, left to right, the hijackers tried to dislodge the passengers.
You could hear the passengers and crew members outside of the cockpit door.
Really loud, and the guys yelling together and encouraging one another.
You could also hear the hijackers inside the cockpit.
They said, "Is that it? Should we put her in the ground now?" I said, "No, wait." And then you could hear the noise blasting them. "Get him!"
And then Tom said, "I'm injured." It was in a way that you had this sense that he was saying, "Don't wait for me. Keep going."
You could hear them working together, and Dina said it was Tom that said, "If we don't get in there, we'll die."